Good evening. Ooh, that's a bit loud for me. Oh, it's been a bit. There's been a reason for that. I have had a couple of rough weeks. A lot of shit has been changing at work, so yeah, I've been putting a lot of time into trying to keep on top of that, and I've just been fucking exhausted. I even took last weekend off, which is something I haven't done in a while, outside of, well, voluntarily anyway. But yeah, I'm here now. So I'm gonna fill in by doing some ninja, because I want to level more of it. I want to level it more. I'll probably talk about it once I get into it, but I think I like this more than I thought. I don't think I like it as much as Samurai, though. For reasons I'll probably get into, because we'll obviously be doing stuff, that actually uses all those buttons and, things during this, I hope. The Impossible Girl. Oboro has received a missive from Akagi. Akagi has summoned us, Fevern. Princess Yuki is attempting to infiltrate a Salthound stronghold. Blech. He would have us save her, to use his words. He has managed to lay her near Mimurun's trading post. I trust you know the place. Let us away with all haste. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of waiting for this job quest to be a letdown. I think, like, we've had two successive bangers, the Rogue questline and the Ninja questline, in a row. So going into Heavensward, like, it has, like, pretty big shoes to fill in terms of, like, a cool story. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure how well it's gonna do. Not because the setup's bad or anything, it's just, like, there's been a weird thing where I think, like, I don't think there's been a... Oh, no, I guess Dragoon might be, like, a little all over the place. I was actually talking myself out of it just then, like, actually, come to think of it, I don't think there are that many job quests that are, like, all over the place in terms of quality. Actually, I'm gonna look at that now. Is there anything that's kind of all over the place? I mean, Paladin, but, like, it's more bad than anything. Dark Knight, I think, is good throughout the whole thing. Gunbreaker's fine. Monk is fine. Dragoon, or Lancer is good. Dragoon, I could take it or leave it. And that is the one that's a bit all over the place. Reaper's spectacular. Samurai's good. Scholar was good. Astro actually is the one that's a bit all over the place. But then again, I think it's more because, like, that set of quest lines takes a steep decline because it's just nothing but, okay, now everyone is salivating over Laveva, the woman who is barely 18. And yeah, I have issues with that. Sage was great. Dancer was good. Black Mage was maybe a little all over the place. Summoner, I think, is, like, pretty consistent, although, like, if you don't like the lore, then you're gonna kind of be all over the place with it, I think. Holy shit, you got rad blades. Yes. I think it best you approach Akagi. Finally. It's not easy keeping the princess in one place, you know? Incredible. This is why you had me wait, Akagi? I thought I made myself clear. I neither need nor want their help. Go home, Shinobi. Princess, now that we are here, surely there is no harm in telling us your plan. Oh, we'd be happy to. It's a long story, too. Rumors have been swirling about your black markets, about things that sound much like our clan's stolen treasures. It's hard to pin down rumors like that, but we've also gotten word from some group of pirates, the Hounds of Salt or some such, keep records of the black markets. I don't need to tell you how valuable those could be. Of course, a certain someone is all set on slipping in to their camp by herself, but I can't see to letting that. Ah, not again. Always sneaking off when on her own like that. Seeing as she is already gone, we cannot stop her. However, we still might lend her aid by clearing obstacles from her path. Here, Vivern, smoke bombs. You will catch the attention of the nearby watchmen if you set these off near the camp. Incapacitate them, and the princess may pass unnoticed. Fake attack. My axe is for show, mainly, but I'll help where I can. Very well. Akagi, go east. I will go north. We will rendezvous to the southeast of Poor Maid's Mill when done. Also, I think it's funny, like, maybe I haven't noticed the progression of it, but I feel like, Oboro never really had a problem with naming, like, or getting the lay of the land, other than customs. God, it's been a while since I did, like, the Ninja Quest line, and now I'm questioning myself as to whether that was actually a component of it. Because, like I said, it seemed to, focus on the cultural aspect. But, yeah. Anyway. Oh my god, I'm forgetting things already. That was wrong too. Yeah, so this is always going to be my problem going back to Ninja, is I'm going to forget the mudras the first time I run into any combat. And, like, I do like the mudras. I feel like they're a neat little, game, to get, like, a lot of power out, because I feel like it could be very samey, or there's a temptation to make it very samey in terms of how combos work, and having this, like, overarching combo thing that's doing, like, a little bit of damage, and then building into this very specific quick sequence, outside of, like, how burst windows usually are pretty quick in the first place. I feel like that's a good, variation of it. Just, yeah, I come back to this and I'm like, oh god, what do I do again? It's alright, I remembered though. Also, funnily enough, I was looking through all the tooltips and, like, trying to unpack all of the usefulness of the different mudras, or different ninjutsus you could execute. And one of the things I noticed is that Doton and Katon, I think it is. Is it Katon? Yeah, Katon. Their potency is, like, exceptionally close, but the thing is that you need someone to stand in a Doton for, like, I think, was it 15 seconds? I think it's 15 seconds to make it go over a Katon. So, like, most of the time, especially in places where you might be people might be inconsistent with their positioning of, enemy mobs, Katon just is better, because it's just more consistent. But, like, later on, Doton gets, like, synergistic stuff with other AoE abilities and stuff like that, so it doesn't end up, like, being like that for long, but it was kind of odd to kind of sit there and go, oh, I see people using Doton so much, I can't wait to use it, and then I'm looking at the numbers going, I am only risking damage by using Doton instead of Karton. Ugh. Only a diversion, you said, but it was bloody frightening. Oh. I mean, I am good at my job. All we can do, we have done. Princess Yuki should have made it inside by now. Paid to the watch, but not the watchdogs. When they get their teeth into you lot. What? Quickly, Vevern, inside the camp. Save yourselves the effort. The black market records are mine. Our jade jewel is mentioned in here. The Midare Kanemitsu dagger as well. Seems the former was sold, but finding the buyer should not be difficult. And the blade will be up for auction shortly. Princess, you are safe. Did you not meet with any resistance? Resistance? Oh, them. Yeah, I don't know why we were worried. You did that, Princess? She's not the pride of our clan for nothing. The Princess is a skilled fighter. She's tried her hand at your ninjutsu, too. Not even her instructors can keep up with her these days. I trust you see now why I have no need of your help. I will reclaim my clan's property myself. I just wish she understood what she means to our clan. Well, thank you for today. I'll have need of your help again soon, but let's keep it on the sly, eh? Okay. Come, let us return to our haunt. You must meditate on what you have seen here to focus your thoughts into weapons anew. Oh, can I not talk to it? Oh, that's disappointing. I would have really appreciated just having a follow-up with him, like, okay, not fucking with y'all anymore. She beat down the pups. Oh no. I think I'm in love. Which is unfortunate because, like, well, actually, which is probably fortunate because I feel like that would be the exact route it would go down, and we have, again, yet no idea how old Yuki is. Again, given, like, the insistence on, like, watching over her, I imagine young, but who the fuck knows? Well, the princess's trust is not yet yours, but she is safe. Were this a trial, you would have passed. Your mind is full. Still your thoughts. Listen to what your heart says in the silence. In so doing, you will grow as a shinobi. Yeah, got another AoE. Which extends Huton, which is fucking amazing? What is that, like? Perfect devotion to your duty, you awaken to a new technique. Thing is, I don't know where I'm gonna put you. I could go... yeah, that might do. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know where to, where else to go with that. I've been thinking about moving the mudras, somewhere else, but I haven't really thought of a good place. Because the only other thing this is really similar to, in terms of just, like, 3 buttons that you need to combo between, the closest... there's 2 examples that I have. There's the edgy summons and summoner, and then there's the songs for bard. I haven't done bard on the stream, but I have all 3 songs in the what is it, 1, 4, and 7 on my numpad positions, which could work, but then there's like a couple of things that I need to, like, rearrange, and that's just for the combos, which is like, okay, that's 2 buttons, like, There's plenty of, and there's still like more buttons that I need to fit in here somehow, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I feel like by the time I get to, Shadowbringers, it's gonna be, I'm gonna have, like, this entire thing reworked. Armor Crush. Ninja Assassin. A new request from Akagi has arrived. Akagi has called us, again, this time to Oshon's embrace. His note was brief and hastily written. I do not know what the princess has done, but it is clear she needs our aid. Urgently. No. Akagi has probably got... He's probably just stressed out. Yeah, already this is not off to a great start, but that was the first quest. Although I will note that that was, like, relatively simple compared to, like, the other ninja job quests. And maybe I shouldn't look at it the same way because, like... Well, no, A Realm Reborn had to deal with, like, more. Or had to do more quests. I will not keep Akagi waiting. He looks, he looks to crumple with from worry. Yep, and there's Yuki up there. Why are we just standing down here, then? Seems like we're in the way, which might be a bad thing. You! Where were you? Here I am worried half to death because the princess is in danger, and I can't do a thing about it. And you just saunter up, like... What the fuck? Calm yourself. Start from the beginning. Where is the princess? Calm? Right. Calm. Her Highness learned who bought the clan's jewel. She's run off to take it back and left me behind. Oh, he doesn't know, chat. Where is she? She can't have gotten far, even with her bleeding witchcraft or whatever. Come on, lads, fan out and find her. Why are we just standing... Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. This is really stupid. I don't know if I should be looking into this like this, but, like... We're in the ninja job quest line. Akagi's not a ninja, sure, but, like... There are... like, guards here, just out in the open, standing next to where we are, and we're not, like, concerned they see us. I guess they wouldn't know us from fucking anyone else, but, like, it just seems, like, tonally really weird, and, yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's it in a nutshell. The guards won't rest till they catch her, and she's stuck up there. That she would find the jade jewels just like her, but she clearly has no way to escape. Well, Vivian, it's your mission. What takes the greatest priority? What the fu- It's probably completing the mission, now that I think about it, though. Answer that befits the true shinobi. The guards think the princess's ninjutsu is magic. We can use this ignorance to our benefit. Let fly right on. They will mistake the thunder for Princess Yuki's ninjutsu. Draw the enemy southwest, away from the princess. We will rendezvous on the Salt Strand. It is really weird that we're just standing around them, though. That's so strange. Wait, where are we going? Oh. Sound of footsteps echoes in the distance. I don't know, this is really silly. Like, we haven't made an attempt to be, like, sneaky as we've come across here, or anything. We've just, like, walked up to this place and, like, we just walk up to this place and right on a random spot on the ground after they saw us walk past them. Come on! What do you mean, no? Cowards! Do you want to be the one to tell the master someone took the jewel? Then come on! Don't let her get away! The jewel's more valuable than our lives! Like, is the lightning really reaching that high that they can see it? Because that's kind of impressive, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't have expected that. I don't know, this setup is just so weird to me. I don't know... And I don't know what to do with it? Hello, hello, princess. Oh, you're unexpected. Yes, most unexpected. So the thunder wasn't her doing, but a shinobi's. Huh. Most curious. Where does she find coin to pay you? Or does she command your loyalty with her regal blood? What could I do if what I could do if royalty flowed in my veins? No matter. I'm buying a bright future with my actions today. The mission comes first, as they used to say. I was only paid to oversee the delivery. What is my employer's goodwill worth, I wonder? Why do you look at me like that? Your eyes are like Karasu or Gekai's judging me unworthy. Huh? You must be from the far east. A real shinobi with real ninjutsu, like Gekai. You think yourself my better because of it? Don't lie to me. I can see it in your damn eyes. I will make you spit out what you know about Yuki, or I'll cut it from your corpse's stomach. Oh, okay, hold up. Redway the Relinquished. Oh, we're doing this again? Fuck me. Oh, you are doing Karasu shit. Okay. Space of Gekai's foe, your Oboro? Oh, Redway and Oboro know each other. Okay. Fuck. Why do they always run? You spoke of Gekkai and Karasu, but who was he? Yeah, good question. Hang on, I'm gonna look through the dialogue that I missed. Can't lose, your head will be my reward. Pawns, pawns, useless pawns, the match is won. When the king comes. Oboro says, forgive me, Vevern, I was waylaid. Redway says, 2? How unexpected. I'll just have to, use what he taught me, however disagreeable the cost. I know your face. It's the face of Gekkai's foe. You're Oboro. That makes you Vevern. Then when I destroyed the things, he said you'd forbid my mudra of summoning 2. Then I know when the tide has turned. He who fights and runs away. Yes, yes. Huh. Okay, hold on. Maybe this is cooking now. So, Yuki is also... Okay, so there's a group of people that had stolen this shit from Yuki's clan, and Yuki and Akagi are going to track it down. But it turns out that those people actually know Gekkai and Karasu, which is interesting. Different breed than the other guards, that one. He knew of Karasu, of Gekkai. There should be no shinobi in this land with such knowledge. Unless he was one of Gekkai's shadows. The Imperial shinobi lost their place in Garlemald when the unit was disbanded after the man's death. That would be cause for them to sell their blades. I imagine the demand for mercenaries with ninjutsu would be great among people with money enough to trade in Far Eastern treasures. Pardon me, Vevern, this can wait. Princess Yuki's safety is paramount. Let us join her near the Tempest Gate. Redway also seemed to know Yuki was a princess, too? Or a royal, at the very least? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna... like, if this was gonna continue to just be, oh, Akagi and Gekkai... sorry. Akagi and Yuki just aren't getting along, then that would be boring as sin, but... this could work. This could work. Well, she seems unruffled for her ordeal. Really saved the princess's skin. She's safe thanks to you. I don't know if she'd agree. Yes, Akagi told me. And no, your aid was not needed. Could have escaped perfectly well without you. Yeah, I don't know why we were making a big deal of that. She was out of sight on a roof. Like, what would have been hard about her running away? But I suppose the important thing is that the jade jewel is once again mine. All I've left to find is the Midare Kani... oh my god. Midare Kanimitsu dagger. Don't interfere. This is my problem to solve, alright? Never know her by what she said, but she's secretly grateful. And if she does anything, I know where to find her brave protectors. That you do. Shall we return, Vevern? So there's a little bit more potential in this than I thought, but it is kind of, like, incredibly cliche that, like, the whole Yuki and Akagi thing. I made Akagi aware of that strange sellsword we met on the Salt Strand. He will be vigilant, as should you. As for your mission, I believe the princess is warming to you, though it is difficult to tell. But at the very least, no harm has befallen her on your watch. Now I will leave you to your meditations. Allow them to further sharpen your mind, so you'll be the blade when the time. So you will be the blade when the time comes again to strike. What does this do again? Oh right, this is a this is an alternate combo like the warrior has to extend a buff we have. Huh. So do you just not use... Yeah, I guess you wouldn't use Huton to... Oh, that's interesting. That leaves me with an extra... That leaves me with an extra use of my mudras. Because what I've been doing up to this point, for level 50, is you blow both uses plus Kasatsu in the opener. One of which... And you start Huton before... Well, yeah. Ideally, you start Huton just before the battle. Hide and then burn everything. But then you refresh Huton as you reach max charges on this, which is 30 seconds before you reopen, if I remember correctly. Actually, it might be 20. That always seemed to line... Well, Huton always... The Huton refresh always lined up with 30 seconds, if I remember correctly. So it has been a bit now. Yeah, because it wasn't... Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that gap is now filled by Armor Crush instead, which means I have an extra... one of those. Huh. I mean, I guess I can just use that as it goes on to... Or just before it would cap. And that would be fine? I don't think there's really anything else to do with that. Yeah, it's just an extra bit of damage. Medieval espionage. You notice a letter hanging, bearing Jack's name in Oboro's hand. Vevern, Jack's network has caught wind of who was selling the Yatsurugi clan's stolen treasures. This is information that may lead us straight to the dagger. He has summoned us both to the guild, but could I ask you to go by yourself? Cannot leave just now. Akagi and Princess Yuki are on their way here. I sent a missive telling them we might have information on the bandits who robbed her. Princess desires to learn more of them, and so she has seen fit to join us. I believe Jack will give you a thread. Follow it and return once you have unraveled the truth. Oh, okay. I'm off by myself. Okay, that's actually a good mix-up, though, because, like, yeah... If this was just, oh, Yuki's blundered into another thing again, yeah, that would have been exceptionally boring. I wonder... Is there anything else I could use? I don't think so. I'm trying to think about this extra mudra that I get. So I could just use it for damage. I'm not using for Mashuriken. That's dumb. That's a disengage from battle kind of thing. I wouldn't use it on Huton, obviously. That's dependent on the thing, and that only gives me the ability to trick attack. So yeah, I guess you just use it for damage. There isn't really anything else you'd actively use it for. I will say, regardless of... I will say this, interweaving the previous guild more into this, like, the ninja job quest has been good. Because I feel like in a lot of... Once you get to job quests, a lot of the class guilds, like, kind of get left in the dust a bit. The only one that... Monk does it, like, once or twice, I think. But this has actually been interweaving it, like, really nice. And I think this has been a better setup for it. With, like, someone who's entered a foreign land, and they're basically only known by the Rogues Guild. Or, their only allies are really the Rogues Guild because of us. Yeah. Bevern! Gosnard ain't simple to make black marketers talk, but we tickled Mulfa Kelfer's neck with a stabber, and he coughed up a load of information. The remaining bauble, a dagger by all accounts, is to be sold in an auction, and attendance In attendance is invitation only. Hosts are a band what go by the name of the True Hounds. Now, in the eyes of the law, they sell and loot Cloyd from Imperials and on an expedition to the Far East. But Garlemald don't control where your dimmer mort's from. It's a Ben Mummery. Turn a profit under the guise of a proper company. The buyers won't ask too many questions either. Grabbled or no, treasure is treasure. But it's just your princess's wit against the True Hounds. The guild can't act on that. Not officially, anyway. I left the investigation to a... well, let's call him a black marketeer. He's a strange one. Only came to the guild's attention recently. But I've never met a cove who could get information so quickly. The veil was lifted by a southerly this morn. I'll put the man at the House of Sticks. Here's a sack of blunt. Ben luck to you, lass. Are we talking about the same person? Because Jack was kind of talking about them like they... It's not one of the black marketers we've run into recently. Watch it be fucking Redwall or something, trying to lure us out. That, I mean, that'd actually be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. What are we up to already? Oh, Jesus, we're already at 56? Holy shit. That's been flying by. Maybe I've been spoiled by the Rogue and Ninja Quest lines where it was, like, a lot more... there was a lot more to it. But, I mean, this is the halfway point, so, like, you still got 58 and, 60 to go through. Oh, god damn it. Hi. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, whatever. Hi. Oh yeah, different person, by the look of it. You want information? Then come, render unto me what is mine. If you had a sack of guild for every time someone entrusted you with a sack of guild, you would need a bigger sack. Yes. Yes, this seems to be everything I was promised. The back alleys are awfully profitable, eh? Now, about those true hounds. Most of the salt hounds crawled back to land after the calamity, but a few refused to leave the seas, and took up again as the true hounds. They sail under the black flag of one Captain Rosalind. They boast the strength of a crew twice their size, mostly because of the Pluto they take. With their muscles bolstered by the substance and a healthy dose of natural viciousness, they have brought themselves fortune and infamy on the eastern seas. Now, however, they've hidden their ship away on Hullbreaker Isle and made their way to Costa del Sol. Seems they fancied a cup of ale and a peek at the dancing girls. They won't be hard to spot if you wanted to look, but do so at your own peril. Drunken pirates might not frighten you, but Redway, their new sellsword, should. They say he's an ex-member of Garlean covert operations, one who has thrown himself into the study of ninjutsu. His pursuit has paid off handsomely, albeit at the cost of his humility. Stay vigilant, or you'll find his blade pricking your back. Anywho, that's all from me. Give my best to the dim one, little chick. the dim one. Is that meant to be a reference to Akagi? Is that what bro's getting at? I feel like little wait. Someone called this little chick. Fuck, I'm super blanking on if that could be a reference that I should get. That sucks. Redway, Redway, Redway. I lost me plunder. That's coin I may never get back. You convinced me to give you time. Make your report worth me while, or I'll have your head. There were 2 thieves, Captain. The Iron Orchard himself and some servant. The latter looks to be more brawny than brave, but the princess is dangerous. She has 2 shinobi in her employ. One is a Doman Jonin, Elborough. He too is a force to be reckoned with. The other is a Lalafell Vevern, if I'm not wrong. She is famous in her own right, and dangerous. Their involvement makes me think the princess has more coin than she lets on. These 2 are responsible for my master's death. Their services cannot be cheap. Your master's murderers, eh? You wouldn't be dreaming of avenging Gekkai on my time now, would you? Vengeance, Captain. Why? Gekkai treated me like scum. He and Karasu both. Because I wasn't from their precious little village. But Oboro, I triumph over Gekkai's favourite. I triumph over the lot of them. That is my heart's desire, yes. I could give a gnat's ass what you do with the ninjas. But it's not them I want. It's the princess. Alive. Is that right? The way I see it, the auction's the perfect trap. Baited as it is, with the Yatsurugi dagger. The Iron Orchard can't resist. Catching her, then will be easy and fast. Savvy, Redway? The Iron Orchard. Of course. Princess won't stand a chance with the guard doubled. No, she won't. Wait, is the... Hold on. Oh, the Moonfire Fair event has begun. Oh, I should go do that after stream. I usually save those for myself, because I like to have a little bit of stuff for me. Hello? There we go. Oh, okay, wow, this is kind of a nothing quest. Nice. Yeah, okay, we might be dipping a little bit. Clean, tidy, cozy. Look, get used to living in a place like this. This is the most male living space place I've ever seen. I can't really talk either, but... This better not be some ploy to worm your way into my good graces. Success, Vivern? Yeah, it's a huge fucking trap. They know we're coming. This Rosalind is a clever one, spying upon us through Redway. Princess, the foe will be watching for our tricks now. Reclaiming the lost treasure, the last treasure will be that much harder. So I beg you, leave it to us shinobi. I know there's sense in what you say, Oboro, but this is my problem. I alone must solve it. I will not allow more people to die in my name. Ah. Okay. True hounds didn't just steal the treasures. My people stood in their way, and many died. Too many. I wanted to fight, but my vassals wouldn't allow it. And as they were cut down, they called for me, screamed my name. I can't imagine how that feels. My lands are so close to destruction. My people are on the brink of starvation. If I do not do something, all of their sacrifices will mean nothing. When I came here, I vowed I would bring prosperity to my country by finding and selling my treasures. Alone. No one would die protecting me again. Not my small folk, nor my vassals, nor you. You don't want anyone to die protecting you, Princess. What about those of us who give our lives willingly to defend you? If you won't trust in the shinobi, then I'll slice open my belly. Bro, shut the fuck up. This is not helping. I'm bound to you, Princess, but they're not. We've given them no coin, no gratitude, and yet they're still helping us. You can trust them. You have to. Or there's no taking back the treasure. Trust the shinobi, or lose me and add one more to those who died trying to protect you. That'll get you to stop, right? Princess? Kagi, you have the strangest way of... Clearly, the shinobi have left a great impression upon you. Oboro, Vevern, consider this my formal request. Help me retake our last treasure. Wow, she folded over real quick because the guy... Okay. This was actually picking up and then it managed to dive down again. But I have one condition. No matter what happens, you will not lay down your lives for mine. Call it a duty to stay alive, if you wish. Stay alive, Interesting notion. Shinobi are trained to put duty ahead of all else, including our lives. That said, Vevern, this is the mission that has been given you. You are duty-bound to see it through, and come what may, I know that completing it will aid in your growth as a shinobi. Now we wait, and watch for signs of the auction. I will approach Jack. With the eyes and ears in his service, we will spread a web and so catch word of the Yatsurugi clan's dagger. Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on this. Like, we're setting up everyone in this story to be, like, duty-bound to, like, to an extreme degree. What did I just get again? Oh, that's right. Dream, assassinate became dream within a dream. No button updates. Like, clearly, like, Yuki has a problem with people being, like, stupidly devoted, right? To the point that they lay down her lives, because that ended up just making things worse for her and giving her harrowing experiences. So she's here like, no one is gonna serve me. I do not want help for this. Just let me do this on my own. I owe it to the people that died to actually give this a shot myself. You've also got, oh my god, I forgot his name already. Redway? Yeah, Redway. You've also got Redway, who is, well, we don't know too much about him, I guess. But, and he definitely seems like, committed to, like, one-upping us, which isn't as relevant as I thought when I started talking. But, the clear thing here is that Oboro and Akagi, also are very devoted, and, like, Oboro always talks about how everything is seen through the eyes of a shinobi, through, like, it is your duty to do this, so you must follow it. Yet I feel like Yuki, like, is an interesting example of how that can just be, like, well, Yuki would probably reject that, I imagine, because she doesn't want more people dying for her, and, like, you know, the power imbalance aside, it is kind of harrowing for people to say, no, don't do anything, we'll save you, and then just, like, eat it. So then when Akagi kind of starts, like, going, I'll split my belly open if you don't let them help you, I'm like, what? That's like so an extreme of the thing that Yuki has experienced, that her just kind of flopping and being like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's, I guess you convinced me, is really strange. Because, like, the obsession with duty in this questline has already led to, like, a lot of people doing some really awful shit. And Gekkai especially is kind of like a rebuttal to, like, the absolute adherence to, like, I guess, the notion of duty. Because he ends up perverting it in some way, but he still rationalizes it in a way that's like, oh, well, this is my duty now, so obviously I have to do it. Like, this is the way to see my duty through. And at no point has anyone in this questline paused and gone like, hey, maybe mindless devotion to anything might actually be a problem? Like, it's always framed through like, oh, well, that person was just obsessively devoted to the wrong thing. And yet here we've got, like, yeah, I don't know. I hope this part of the questline does more with this, because I'm going to be exceptionally disappointed if this is just like, oh, I guess Yuki needed to let us help her, and then we get our revenge, and, oh, well, everything's good now. Staying alive. Oboro's tense jaw indicates something is up. Seems the True Hounds have already held their auction, Vevern. Some collector brought the Yatsurugi's clan's dagger. Oh, hey, Ryuzaki. I had the sudden urge to have a playthrough of Oblivion. Whoa, okay. So here I am, 4 hours of troubleshooting, 1 hour gameplay later. Yeah, yep, that tracks. That tracks a lot. However, the princess's reputation has kept him trembling at home, and he paid a small fortune to have the blade brought directly to Ishgard. So we strike while it is on the move. I look forward to taking it back... So we strike while it is on the move. I look forward to taking it back from the True Hounds. There is still the question of their guard. Vevern, you mentioned the pirates regularly use Pluto, yes? Should someone exchange this for a powerful sleep draft, such as lavender essence? Couldn't we just face them out in the open? Or is there something in the Shinobi Code that forbids straightforward solutions? Nothing so formal, Princess. But a stealthy approach best allows us to carry out our orders. Stay alive and retake the treasure. Also, I'd like to remind everyone that, like, Yuki had not agreed up until this point that we should be helping her. So, like, we have a duty to the guy who's looking after the princess, but we don't take the princess's... Like, we don't look for the princess's approval until the princess has already given our approval, so... Fuck do I know. Played with Oblivion so many times, it never gets old. Yeah, I think that was me with Skyrim for a little bit, but I got bored of that. The True Hounds base their operations in Lenosha. They will supply themselves in Limsa for the journey north. Weakness we can exploit by dividing into 2 groups. Akagi and I will search for the True Hound supplies. Princess, you and Vevern will visit Kyokurun in Hawker's Alley. I have been informed the shopkeeper has lavender essence in stock. Is this a jest? I'm perfectly capable of going shopping without Vevern's help. Here, Vevern. The funds to purchase the incense. Good luck. I mean, she's right. Okay. Other than Oblivion making a sudden appearance, it's been Baldur's Gate all day, every day since the 3rd. Yeah, fair enough. That do be a big game. Vevern, you, I seem to, did you forget money? Kyuki-run puzzled by puzzling customer. She makes demanding demands, but has no shinies. Remittance for a pot of sleep-inducing lavender essence payable to the Kiko merchant Kyuki-run. Trade for incense? Kyuki-run promise. Good for good night's rest. Breathe deeply for deep sleep. Look, I just forgot my coin purse. That's all. Anyway, you have the incense now. Does it matter who paid? And where are Kagi and Oboro? What was she thinking coming all this way? Her mother would have died of shock had she lived to read the note. That voice? No. They can't... Not here. How the princess doesn't realize she is our land's sole ray of light is quite beyond me. If we don't bring her home, I shudder to think what will happen. Gods, why would they come here? I told them I'd be back. Just after I found the treasures. Princess Yuki, did you... Shut up, you oversized oaf. We're leaving now. Brief my group 3 times. Don't do that. Princess? What did I do? Princess? I suspect I'm better off not knowing. In any case, the true hounds are storing their supplies near Fisherman's Bottom. I will follow the princess. You go and make the switch before the guards return. Oh, sorry. I misread that. I thought you meant something other than wild magic. It's not my fault a sudden fog cloud spawned on top of me. I mean, it's kind of your job to kind of not... to evaluate the situation. Yeah, I don't like the direction this fucking questline's taking already. It really feels like we're just gonna go, oh, well, I guess Yuki needed to learn a lesson about devotion. And we're just gonna ignore all of the really shit things that happen as a result of it. Like, yeah. Don't like it. Well, that's the loss of it. How's it we're getting to Ishgard? Captain won't go within 20 yalms of the Shroud, mate. We sail to the Dravanian Interlands and hook back around west from there. Excuse me. A bit of land between there and the Holy See. What have we stopped off in the smouldering wastes? Dose of our medicine will carry us the rest of the way, eh? Don't bleat that to the whole harbour. I've heard the thieves I've heard the thief, oh my god. I've heard the thief's after this all. That's why we're taking, twice the guards. I'd like to see her try and take it now. I did in this situation demanded chromatic orb. Fuck. God damn it, I skipped 2 bits of dialogue, I think. Oh no, just one. I'll take the sleeping draft and be out like babes. Come on, let's hurry to... what was it again? The Smoldering Wastes. Vevan, what manner of place is it? I have never visited Dravania myself. Ah, thank you. The princess and I are both experienced travelers, and we will meet you there. That's the Smoldering Wastes? I really don't remember that being the Smoldering Wastes. Oh, come back. OBS. Okay. Another time I just wanted to magic missile someone and bam, everyone's on fire. I said magic missile, not fucking fireball. Heh. Vevern, Oberon's plan worked. Not all the patrols are reported in for their Pluto. They could be back at any moment. Stand guard while I search these crates. The Midare Kanemitsu's got to be in here, in one of them. Take the south. Akagi's to the north, Oberos to the east. When you finish your own patrol, return here. They should be back by then as well. But as I said, no matter what happens, do not lay down your life for mine. You know what, it would have been really interesting to see, like, Yuki basically shirk a lot of the shinobi rules and actually be like, really helpful. But instead, we painted it into this scenario where Yuki is, like, clearly competent, but simultaneously, like, incompetent in very specific ways that happen to align with, well, you should have just been more like a shinobi, and that fucking sucks. Hi, friends. Fuck is fracture? Wounds are bleeding, causing damage over time. Okay. Most recent one was everyone, friendly and hostile, getting blurred. Oh, that sucks. Yuki is nowhere to be seen. Great. Oh, good. Oh, interesting. I told you I'm no good in a real fight. Vevern, Akagi is wounded. We must tend to him once we are out of the danger's path. Oh. I found it. Everyone back home will be so happy. It's over, my friends. I can finally bring prosperity to my lands. It will all be alright. Splendid. Then let us... Wait. Do you sense it too, Vevern? Foe is near. Played a clever trick, Obero, but not clever enough. No liquor or Pluto ever passes these lips, and now I've found you. What to do. 3 able and 1 lame could make for an interesting fight, yes. But I hold all the cards. Why risk it? I've come to offer the princess an invitation. Your countrymen miss you so terribly. They've called for you, cried your name ever since we caught them. Surely you want to join them, yes? What? Princess, no! Put up your blades. Fate played us for fools. Redway, I'll go. Look at me now, Gekkai. I won. I've beaten your proper Doman shinobi. Oh, but you'll try to rescue her, won't you? If I see anything out of the ordinary, Obro, I will slit their throats. Yes, yes. Starting with you, Keys. Hi, Luco. Warfer. See to Akagi, Shinobi. Farewell. Don't just let them get away. Ugh, after all, bro. Damn it, man. Move, or I'll... Ugh. I'm so full of EP. I'm surprised you're even here, to be honest. Wait. Vevern, you can pursue her if you wish, but you must see to Akagi's wounds. That was the princess's order. I know we could have fought, but I understand why she chose not to. Had Redway escaped, his hostages' lives would have been forfeit. More dead in her defense. The decision was hers to make. It's not our place to question it. See, like, oh, god damn it. Why is that was the lesson for a really dumb reason. Fuck me. We can do nothing more for now. Let us return to Lenosha and tend to Akagi there. I want to play some 13 tonight, or all the games I play this week will be on the stream, but I'm rendering videos from today's stream and can't for a bit, so I'm here. Okay, fair enough. Set aside the machine to... Oh, we're just going back. Okay. Got it. I don't know, maybe I'm judging it a bit too much, but, like, love when my PC is just inoperable because I have to render videos. Yeah. Like, I don't do that at all. My PC could probably handle it to some degree, but, like, I don't do that at all and just, like, take the risk with, like, Twitch and stuff like that, unfortunately. So, yeah. Dumbass. Kagi is distraught, but alive. I will tend to his wounds in your place. But the moment he is better, we will mount a rescue. The princess did not forbid us from trying, and I would hate to see Redway win. For the moment, train your mind, practice your blade. You will need all of your skill in our next battle. Please give me enough. That's not going to give me enough. Ugh! God damn it. Oh no. Wait, someone left 7 minutes in? Oh, Jesus. Why was that instant? I think it's probably because they were making a priority for a group that was missing someone, and I've opted into those because I think those are fine. Oh. Ah! I fucked that up. God damn it. No, it's the first one I fucked up tonight. Oh, okay. I think I might know the reason why someone left. Healer, heal thyself. Nice. Cool. Now I'm locked in. Now I'm locked into Praetorium for the entire thing. Awesome. It's not a healer. That's a green DPS. True. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't often... From my understanding, there aren't a lot of times that actually happens, so I don't always get those instant queues. That does not happen nearly as often as I would hope. And yeah, I think someone got mad at the... I think someone got mad at the white mage, who is not healing, yet is, like, fucking running down this area. I don't think I've actually ever willingly queued for in progress. I do it because, at least on the Australian server, there can be some real dead hours, which aren't great. It just gives me more options. And fuck it. It'll... At the very least, either the person that was kicked... either the person that left is the problem, or the person that didn't leave is the problem. So I either get a smooth dungeon run for quick, or I get someone who is... Or I get an interesting story out of it. Yeah, this is someone just doing main scenario queue and not taking it seriously at all. I've had a couple of those. I had one where, well, potentially. I'll see in this next bit. If they're not, if they don't, like, cast a fucking heal the entirety of the next encounter, then I'll be a bit more judgy. But yeah, like, hardlining it through here is like, okay, you've been here before, but you're just not healing for whatever reason. And, like, it's one thing if, like, someone who is a DPS is, like, low, but when you yourself are low... I used to literally just leave to make coffee during cutscenes and pray, so I feel them... I feel them, but at least, like, do your function. Yeah, I remember I was in a Praetorium with a bard who wasn't using all their dots. And I saw a sprout on their head, and I'm like, okay... Maybe this person doesn't know. So I watched the encounter go, and I never saw... Well, I didn't see 2 dots up at once. So, sorry, no, I only ever saw 1 dot. I didn't even see alternate or anything. It was just the 1 dot all the time, and they weren't using any other abilities that I could tell. And, like, I knew Bard a little bit, so I could recognize it. So I was like, hey, you've got another dot there, like... Well, I didn't phrase it like this, but I basically said, hey, if you need any tips on Bard, like, I played it a bit. I noticed you don't have a 2nd dot up. And the immediate response was hostility. And not in a, don't tell me how to play, but like, yeah, I don't really care. This is Praetorium, dude. And I'm like, oh, cool. So you're damning everyone else in the group to have a longer Praetorium run. A dungeon you don't seem to enjoy playing. Just run faster, full head, says the... Yeah. Okay. Oh, please. Okay. You know what? I will put money on it. I will put money on it right now. Someone is running the Japan client. I wonder why people who try to get into this game really don't like A Realm Reborn. I wonder if it's the player base's attitude has anything to do with it. Yeah, it's super weird that, like it couldn't possibly be anything to do with the fact that people like that queue up for the stuff and see anyone doing bad, or I don't know, there's, like, 2 sides to it, because, like, I feel like if you were really focused on, like, hey, I want to get the experience, like, you probably want to try and do it faster and do well, because you do it faster that way. So it's more efficient. But then, there are people who are still treating 4-man Praetorium like 8-man Praetorium. So they're like, they want their experience for the absolute minimum effort possible, and just drag everyone through it. Yeah, it literally doesn't work like that anymore. Like, you need people to pay attention. It's not like before where, like, you know, there's one, it's not like before where all the Australians are on the Japanese client, and there were clearly, all the Australian players were on the Japanese server, so there was a clear divide between who had the Japanese, client and the Australian client, meaning that meaning that there were sections of the one group that were completely desynced from one another. Sometimes we get out early of cutscenes, sometimes they get out early, and it would make the experience, like, atrocious. So, like, half the time you weren't doing anything, and the other half of the time you could, like, sit back and it was barely anything. Yeah, I guess... Yeah, honest to God, I don't get the logic there. Like, if you don't like it, A, don't do it, or B, if you're gonna do it, try and get it over faster with. Like, if you're trying to do Praetorium on the roulette, you're probably doing that to level. And if you're trying to level, you clearly have a goal. So why would you, like, want your goal to be attained as in the most amount of time it can take with the minimum effort? But I guess that's the thing. It's just someone wants to do it with the minimum effort. I don't know. I think maybe pulling wall-to-wall and AR dungeons and leaving new players in the dust properly doesn't leave a good impression of the game for new players, so they end up not vibing with the game at all. Yeah, I can't really speak to that, because I haven't really seen too many... I haven't seen any examples of people, like, complaining that people are getting, like, really far ahead in dungeons like that. I will say, though, that usually the experience that probably works out the best is, like, the sprouts that are healers or tanks with an... because the sprout tank will set the pace, and a sprout healer, most of the tanks I've at least seen, will slow down if the healer clearly can't take it. I haven't seen too many examples of that recently, especially in, like, A Realm Reborn stuff. That happens later on, for sure. Incidentally, like, I've been playing a lot of Astrologian. God, I am in awe of people who play that class well. I don't know how... I don't know how to do big dungeon pulls as that, as that yet. I'm, like, blowing through every single fucking cooldown. Oh, no. Okay, I take it back. Maybe none of them are on the Japanese client. Oh my god, that was a heal. Wait, then why... wait, real? Sneak in back here real quick. Oh god, which is... Oh, right, it's this one. Fuck, I forgot my own button mapping. We got enough... Oh, no, I better... It's fine. Okay, no. So I will take it back. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting, considering that first fight. Yeah, Rizaki, I have no... Well, actually, no. See, it's weird. I feel like in, Ultimates, I can see a lot more how that utility all works. I think it's specifically in dungeons, where there's a shitload of damage on one person that I just can't handle. Like, I imagine you wouldn't actually set an Astro up to be in that scenario where they're much better at, like, a lot of, like, wide, big heals and healing passive damage over time. Like, obviously you could probably still do the single target thing, and you might need to do it in some circumstances, but yeah. Like, its kit just doesn't seem engineered for that, whereas, like, I think about Sage, where, literally all I do as Sage is, Duracol, single target shield on the, we lead into a pack, I use, Heimer on the tank, and then I blast all my DPS away, and then I single target shield until I have it back, then I throw a DR on the tank, rinse and repeat. Like, it's so straightforward compared to Astro, where I'm like, okay, I've got all my dots, I've got 2 dots on him, plus a DR, or a shield. And if I don't have either of those, then I need to make sure that I use Horoscope to make sure that I can heal after a certain amount of time. But, if I don't have that motherfucker is on it. Bro! Wait for people to get in the room first. Fuck. Okay. I think, like, I get the impression that newer players are less likely to speak up because they get the impression that this is just how things are done because all veteran players do it constantly forever. Potentially. It is definitely a bit late, well, at least from a DPS's perspective, I imagine it's easier to adjust to that, whereas obviously if you're a healer, it's a fucking nightmare, because, yeah. I haven't run into too many tanks that do that, though, so. Also, like, yeah. Also, like, there's probably a bit of selection bias for me, specifically. Because I used to be on the JP servers, where people were usually generally pretty polite. And now we're on Australian servers, which, like, so that's exclusively either new people or people who deliberately went over. So there's a really high contrast there and none of the middle. And at least in my experience, the people who are the most awful, have the most awful attitudes, tend to sit somewhere in, like, the high mid bit. So I might just be seeing less of that because I see less of the people that are really exceptionally try-hard about things. And talk themselves up a lot. Have, like, really, really, like, rigid conceptions on what is good and bad play and all that shit. I can't remember the last time I did this. I can't remember the last time I did this on stream.
Which is strange, is it not?
It's been a fucking while.
Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down?
I get really frustrated when people talk about how chill and welcoming the 14 community is when most of my experience with it is shitty people and nice encounters are the outlier. See, yeah, it's so weird because, like,
your gods are no different from those
yeah, like,
icons, everyone.
For me, it's not, like, the easy thing to compare to is WoW, but I don't even need to compare it to that. I think I have had a better time, and parties are generally, like, really good for the most part. And, like, I have to wonder if there's, like, some kind of selection bias there again. Because, like, another thing you have to remember, too, is we're on different servers, too. Like, I was on the JP server, and then I was on the Australian, and now I'm on the Australian server. And I imagine, because a lot of people... Oh yeah, it absolutely is, but I don't think I even need to invoke that. Like, in terms of the proportion, I have had 80 to 85% good experiences, and then, like, a little bit on the end that have been or, like, have been a bit shaky, and then maybe, like, 5% bad. But I know, Momoka, for example, has had, like, fucking horrid experiences with the 14 community. And like, it makes me wonder, because, like, I think an interesting thing to examine would be, like, how the Oceania servers etiquette is compared to NA, EU, and JP. Because usually, Australian MMO players tend to play with Americans, right? Or at least the culture that bleeds in the easiest are the other English-speaking ones. But I wonder if the 14 community interacting, or the Australian 14 community interacting with potentially the JP server a lot, especially when it comes to the higher end, if some of that bleeds in to us in a different way, thus, like, the Oceania server is actually a bit better by proxy because it doesn't have the, Uh-oh. Okay, we're having an interesting conversation about the fact that the healer is not... Okay, we're not even waiting for... Yeah, cool, nice. Love that. Oh, I did that the wrong way around. Fuck it. I wonder if... Oh my god. Okay, actually kind of king shit, though. So, the Dragoon is the one that was saying, hey, you should heal people. Okay, well, if you want to die, bud, then... Oh my god, this is... He's not gonna res him, is he? Oh no! I'll res you when I'm ready. Okay, why'd they do that? So, the Dragoon was the one that was saying, hey, you should heal people, heal the tank more. And then, autosave rightly said, no one's died yet, so there's no issue. But then, I guess, Raven took offense to that and decided to make them heal. I'm guessing. Why? Oh god. What? This might be the strangest fucking Praetorium I have ever had. Oh my god. Oh, that's the wrong... Fuck. That was the wrong one. Oh, fuck it. And I fucked that up. Cool. That tank did get to ass-puckering health. Yeah, I can only imagine that maybe the tank and healer are actually, like, in comms or something. Just based off the dialogue I'm seeing here. Fuck it, I'm messing all of this up now. I'm too distracted by how weird this fucking... how weird this whole thing has been. Fuck off, dude.
The Orseer is mine by right.
Hello? Oh, I didn't get it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Luca. Like, I have to assume that, like, because that's the biggest thing, right? And I definitely know from the short time I did actually do a lot of Party Finder in, well, not Party Finder, sorry, Roulette in JP. Like, it's one of the reasons I primarily say good game and see you later in the translation thing. It's just a reflex at this point. But, like, and to be fair, like, it is a bit different in JP because if you tell someone they're doing badly, that's like, hinting that they might be doing something suboptimally is more of an insult in JP than it is in, NA, at least from, like, what I understand. But at the same time, like, if someone, like, says, you know, hold up, or can you please slow down, instantly, like, yep, all good. Yeah, like, I have to imagine that's the case, because I know for a fact that, like, the Oceania stuff in WoW is far closer to NA and EU than it is in 14. Which, yeah, is interesting. Yeah, like, if you queue in NA, it is a 20% chance you're going to get into a party that's going to bicker constantly. Yeah, I feel like every now and then I get into one where someone's kind of, oh, hold on. I think I can put on... I didn't get any gear. Wait, really? Oh, Jesus. I'm wearing shit. Ishgard. Yeah, like... yeah, I feel like it's far less in Oceania. And I think it's gotten a bit worse, but I don't think it's gotten, like, markedly worse. If that makes sense. And to be fair, too, a lot of the time I queue, like, randomly as heals. No, I do have... Did I not put it in my... No, I didn't. Yay! Getting called out by my armory again. Yippee! I love it. Don't look at my fucking armory. In fact, hold on. Don't look at my fucking armory. Don't look at it. Equip that. Equip that. Yeah, and the rest is... yeah. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I have to... yeah, there we go. I think it definitely gets worse in the bits between expansions because a larger portion of the people that are left are the players that are tryhards, isn't the word, but you get the intent behind it that if I do say it. Yeah, no. The people that are most likely to, like, scoff at people playing in a way that's not the most optimal. Something, go watch Dan Olsen's video about that. Gets worse in the rifts between expansions. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Would it get worse as you go through the expansions, but you're not at the current expansion? Well, I imagine, like, the slope in terms of the player base that's at each expansion goes down until you get to Endwalker, where it will probably be higher. I haven't actually thought about that too much. But yeah, what sort of players would be at Shadowbringers, but... well, I guess a higher portion of the player base has gone past. Yeah, I need to sit down and think about this a lot. Because, like, on one hand, I think you're right, Luca, but you have to also remember that anyone that's past a certain point can go back and do all of that. So generally, like... And like, at least from my experience, jumping into roulettes, you're far more likely to get something A Realm Reborn related, as opposed to anything that's Heavensward or Heavensward onward. Yeah, I hadn't actually sat down and thought about that before. I don't think it necessarily matters, though, with roulette, since people at any expense... yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. But, yeah, I'm thinking of, like, because... at least at the high end, at the late end with Endwalker, you've got probably the highest mixture of players in terms of, like, attitudes, right? But because it thins out towards Shadowbringers, because most people who have got, like, there are probably more people that have gotten to Shadowbringers and gotten to Endwalker than there have been just Shadowbringers. Back to the early game, kind of inhospitable to newer players in the downtime between expansions because they're exposed to those higher tier players more frequently. Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially in between patches, I imagine you probably get more toxicity because the people who are sticking around are either people who are high-end rating and rating for long enough that they would need to be subbed the entire time to be able to beat Savage, which is a particular kind of player, I might add. You've got people who are... I mean, you've probably got mentors, and a lot of people who treat 14 as probably their comfort game in some ways that they don't try at all. To go back to the whole, Praetorium stuff. Yeah, like, you've got more people who are dedicated to the game, and those people... at least the ones that regularly do roulettes, are probably the people that are going to be more toxic on average. Rather than, like, getting to Endwalker and being with everyone who is in Endwalker. Right? Because, like, most people who are casual will jump on to go through the latest patch and then drop off. So if you start, like, if you get put in with them, well, yeah, who the hell knows? You might get a person that, like, doesn't know their buttons, but you're not gonna get the people who are gonna yell at people. Well, you're gonna get them less, sorry. Not at all. Anyway, we were doing a job quest or something. In her defense. I literally just go in when patches go up, yeah. Well, yeah, and then here's me, the freak, who's like, oh yeah, like, right up until the patch when I was, like, leveling jobs and stuff like that, and just sitting in roulette as Sage. Because I really enjoy playing Sage. Obero stands deathly still as if listening for something. Do not raise your voice, Fevern. The woods are filled with hostile ears. I have no doubt the shadows that surround us are Redways. How he found us, I cannot say. But why? His hostages already shield him. Does his fear so consume him that he would slit our throats while we are helpless? This is cowardice. Or madness. His men will try to catch us unawares. I say we let them. Go and patrol the outside. Pretend to doze off at some point. Our foes will strike once... Once they do, make sure they do not live to report to Redway. Okay, I like this. This is mixing things up a little bit, at least in, like, flavor. No, that's okay. It's the kind of thing that I haven't been talking about much on stream because I haven't done many streams where I'm just, like, grinding dungeons and that. It's something I've thought about bringing back a bit, just because, like, I do kind of miss just talking about the game in general. And honestly, like, depending on how tomorrow goes, because, like, already this week's been a lot, I might... I know I just put up the schedule, but, like, for some reason, every time I put up a schedule, something happens... and either I have to rethink what I'm going to play or cancel a stream, and it fucking annoys the shit out of me. It's the kind of thing that I'd feel on a Friday night and just go, hey, I didn't feel like playing Elden Ring or whatever the fuck I had planned. Astrologian leveling. Let's talk shit about the game. It's something I haven't done in a while, but then again, the people I would want to have conversations with about that aren't the people who are up at this hour, generally. But yeah, this is why I fucking hate making schedules, because my vibes are unpredictable. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I want to be more predictable too, and I'm striving to be that, but then, like, just outside forces are like, no. And I'm not gonna burn myself out just to be consistent like that. Like, I don't really want to kind of, like, because I've gotten bad in the past about, like, pulling myself back when I feel burnt out. So... yeah. Oh, right, I have to doze, don't I? Vevern EP. Wait, do I have to... do I have to stand off it, or do I have to wait? Okay, wait for the thing to go. Gotcha. Oh, wrong button. Fucking Mudras are really powerful. Yeah. I've just got to make peace with the fact that sometimes I'm not going to get through as many games as I would like just because of that. Because the alternative is, like, making me hate going and streaming, which is a thing I like to do to structure playing games that, like, I'd otherwise maybe not play instead of others. Yeah. Wow, you'll suck. Sometimes you really just go with the whims. I put off doing Okami and .hack so I could do things I was vibing with more, and that's been going okay. Yeah. Like, that's why I really haven't been scheduling. Like, on the weekend tends to be more stable for me, because I usually know more in advance. It's the stuff during the week that I'm like, oh, well, I stayed back at work for half an hour, and I got to making dinner a bit later than I wanted to, and that means that, like, I've only got this much time that I could probably dedicate to streaming before having to... and I just look at that and go, yeah, okay, I said I was going to stream Tuesday, but Tuesday I got ready to do it at, like, 7. Be a whimsical creature, Wolfie. I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to meet it in the middle. Thank you. Since we are free of unwanted visitors, Kagi is on the mend. We have seen our duty through. Now the princess awaits our rescue. I spoke with Jack, and he has commandeered a boat for us. The plan had been to slip across to Hullbreaker Isle from the Moravi dry docks and find the princess. However, if Redway sent his cutthroats here, he will not have neglected the docks. The place is likely swarming with guards. It would be unwise to continue without reconnaissance. I'd only slow you down if I went, wouldn't I? You've only just healed Akagi. Princess Yuki wants to keep you safe. You would serve her best by remaining here. Alright. Bevan, I'm entrusting her life to you. Please bring her back safe. Wait, what? Hold on, I need to look at the map for a second. Oh, okay. So that's what they were talking about. See, yeah, okay, that makes a bit more sense now. So, before they were talking about, like, say they couldn't sail out this way or sail out west. Or no, were they going to go east and decided to go west? For some reason, one of the ways they said they were going to go up to Ishgard with the previous cargo didn't make sense to me, and I think it's because I forgot that Lenosha's, like, sea-locked. I'm gonna make a coffee quick and stop dominating your chat for a bit. Do good ninjing. I'll try, Luca. Have a good coffee. Wait, where the fuck are we? Ah, yeah, perfect. This is even worse than I'd imagined. There are true hounds everywhere. Cannot risk open battle. Princess Yuki will die if even one escapes our blades. I have a plan, but you will not like it. Tell me, Vevern, do you recall what the princess ordered you to do? Stay alive? Exactly. You are bound to her, Vevern. I'm not. I'm an ally, and my death means nothing in the eyes of duty. Okay! Fuck this. I really dislike the way they just flippantly say, well, you're bound to this person in this fucking quest. Because we started off, and Yuki did not want our help, but we were petitioned by Akagi to help her instead, and we've just kind of, like, transposed that into being in Yuki's service, despite the fact that she only agreed for both of us to help, not to be her shinobi. Like, there is a big difference between those two, and yet we're just going, no, you're bound to Yuki. Forget what she wishes. Forget what she. I don't like the Heaven Sword part of this. This is really lame. I'm an ally and my death means nothing in the eyes of duty. But if you die without delivering the princess from danger, then as a shinobi, you have failed your mission. You must live to save her. So I must be the pawn, and I must be sacrificed. Redway's eyes are on me. If I surrender, he will lower his guard, giving you a chance to sneak over to the Isle. I did say you would not like it, but it is the only way. I hope you're ready. I trusted you, Vevern, and now you show your true colors. Craven, I call you. You are no shinobi. You are a mistake. I should never have taught you the ways of my village. Get out of my sight. Hide. Forgive me. Forgive me, Vevern. I had to give them a reason to believe we parted. No matter what happens to me, you cannot interfere. Now, the princess has only one shinobi. Watch for your chance to save her. Her fate, our fates, are in your hands. Yeah, don't worry about the fact that, like, being ridiculously focused on... don't worry about the fact that being ridiculously focused on your duty is something that led a lot of people in this quest line to be, like, really shitty people. Straight up die or the like. No, and forget about the fact that Yuki, like, specifically... Like, I hate the direction this went, because this could have been interesting in actually, like, making Oboro rethink things in terms of the shinobi. But no, we're just playing into it again and going, oh, Yuki, see, the shinobi helped you, so you really shouldn't think about the fact that people devoted their lives to you without you asking and died for you and told you not to help them or anything like that, but still shrieked your name at them after when they were being killed, and thus traumatizing you. Don't worry about that. That's fine. You slew all the sellswords I sent to find you. Perhaps I should have spent more on them and less on buying the location of your little shack. Well, a good lesson for the future, huh? Buying the location of your little oh, okay. Black market information. Gotcha. Thought he bought the shack. I'm like, it's a fucking shack. I don't think you needed to ask for that much. But really, Oboro, how could you be so stupid? You could have fled with Vevern. But did you? No. You scurried back like a child who hasn't learned to fear his father's fist. I told you I'd slit the princess's throat if you came after her. I still may, if you don't comply. So, come along, or she'll die. Screaming. Yes. Bastard. Have you no honor? Don't hide behind your hostages. Fight me. Why should I? You and your honor have lost. Your way, the traditional way, is out. In with the new. Change requires sacrifice, Oboro. Your village, for example. I'll lure your elders into the open with you and lay waste to your houses. Then I'll build the shinobi anew in my image. Simple, yes? If only that were today. Maybe I'll keep you alive to see it. Now heal, Oboro. Your princess awaits. Vevern, why are you skulking back here and when your friends are in danger? Bro. I hate this character. Traitor! You... Damn you, Shinobi! The princess is right. I should never have trusted you. Go! Come on! Get! I'll save her on my own bloody self. Shut the fuck up. What? Just a mummery. Oboro's put his life in danger for the princess? Oh. Wait! What? Wait, hold on. No, wait. Back up. Yeah, okay, no. He fell for the... I'm assuming he fell for the ruse that Oboro put forward. For a second, I was confused, and I thought that he... Like, he just came out here, and the fact that I wasn't, like, going to go and get myself killed was tantamount to betrayal. But, no, I think he... Yeah. Right. Haha. I knew that. I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. Uh-huh. I bound my leg proper. I can run on it and fight on it too. won't win renown back home if I just let the shinobi do it all, eh? Let's take the battle to them. Hey, did anyone ever... is anyone in this quest ever going to stop and think that their fucking utter devotion to their, duty, despite not looking after their well-being or the wishes of the person they're actually serving, might be a bad thing? Anyone? No one. No? No, we're just gonna... No, the shinobi are good, because they're not the people who are... Okay, yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. Love that. Thank you, my friend. You won't regret it. Now, to the Morro Bay docks. Like, it's kind of crazy how they keep using that as an excuse for characters like Akagi to be here when they probably shouldn't be, and stuff like that. But then when Yuki does the same thing and disobeys, it's always like her getting people, potentially getting herself killed, but everyone rebukes her for it. Yeah, it doesn't work the other way around. Like, fucking, not a guard left. I suppose Redway's got them all keeping watch over Oboro. Well, Vivern, it's now or never. Let's get across to the island. Oboro said something about a boat. He certainly did. God, I miss Karasu. Princess, forgive us. We never meant to cost you the treasures. Aye, that's a lot. Good to have the plunder back. You have what you came for. Oh, no. You have what you came for, Rosalind. Now release my people. Lads, I remember seeing an empty pair of shackles in the brig. Stow the princess below decks along with the others. What? No! You gave me your word! You said... You believed I'd actually barter treasures for your hostages. Ain't a reason in the realm for me to keep that promise, child. I've heard such things being said, Luca. I haven't confirmed them for myself, but... Captain, I caught him. Allow me to present Oboro, the last of the princess's would-be rescuers. Oboro? Why? Why did you follow me? Oboro's disciple ran away, Captain. Yes, led with her tail between her legs. These so-called shinobi were never a match for me. And the new order will follow me, fight for my attention and beg for my teachings. Yes, yes, yes. See, Princess? I paid for Redway with cold hard coin. You got yourself two rat-eared ninjas. With what? Promises? Ha! You get what you pay for. Fucking hate this dude. Yeah, he's a fucking cartoon character. Rosalind, on the other hand, is... Why is it that the villain characters that are absolute caricatures are actually more genuine characters than the characters that are meant to be like the actual thing the game is focusing on? It's fucking crazy to me that Karasu is like one of the best characters in this questline, and my second favorite in the ninja one at least, discounting the people from the Rogues Guild because my beloveds, is this character, who has shown up exactly 3 times and delivered maybe 2 or 3 lines before this? Like... Yeah, God, this is kind of a mess, I'm not gonna lie. What's this? Is the Iron Orchard wilting? You lost your baubles, you lost your bodyguards, and you failed your people. How's it feel, eh? At least it does do cool shit like that sometimes, though. You! No. No, no. You're not supposed to be here. Get away. Leave. Luca, that's the thing. I think there was a couple of missteps in ARR, but I genuinely... Oh, actually, no. It did kind of end with a flop because, like, there was no change. But, like, Karasu was genuinely, like, really entertaining. And I would have thought would have been a catalyst for more change here. And this is just more of that, but without Karasu as an entertainment. This is just all the, oh, but the honor of the shinobi, and not actually examining it. Like, pretending to examine it, and then just going, but, you know, Yuki just doesn't understand. And, oh, that Redway guy? No, he's focusing on the wrong things. You gotta focus on the right things, which is not listening to the person you're in, that you're in the charge of, despite the fact that she has been traumatized explicitly by people devoting her life to her. Stares at Paladin. Yeah. Vevern. Akagi? Oh yeah, and let's not forget the bodyguard that explicitly went against her wishes because he's seriously injured. Like, no, we don't need to rethink the fact that, like, we're all throwing ourselves into danger, and the second Yuki does the same thing, we're all like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't do that. God, I wonder if there's, like... a difference between, like, Yuki... Akagi, Oboro, and Redway that's, like, distinct. I can't... I mean, Akagi's Aura as well. No, they're all from Doma. That's not it. Oh, yep, okay, I'm listening, Luca. She's a fan of hallways. Fuck, is she? Oh god, I think I missed that line. That might be it. Holy shit, Luca, you've cracked it. Oh, right, she enjoys 13. Oh, right, okay. We have to automatically activate our, you know, 2010 hating Final Fantasy sensors for that one. This is going off the rails, I'm sorry. This is such a deep cut joke because people hate both FF13 and 10-2 because they're linear games and not because, you know, they're female lead. Yeah. Yeah. Because I was about to say, like, I don't think it happens every time, because I think there are a couple of examples you can go with, but no. In the Paladin questline it does this, in the Dragoon questline it does this too. The fact that, like, Hustonne essentially gets fridged for Stormblood, and the Shadowbringers, follow-up quest is, like... I hate that. Why? Like, I get that you'd bring back Estinian at some point because fan service, and yeah, Estinian's cool, but, like... You had this person who genuinely is in a really tough spot when it comes to her Dragoon powers, and instead of, like, taking the opportunity to examine that, you just kind of fridged her for a far more simple story and then having Estinian swoop in because fan service. I don't know. I feel like I'd have to look... I feel like I'd have to get some more examples, Luca. That might not be enough. Tell me, princess, how does it feel knowing you are not alone? Motherfucker, that is not... Oh my god. I'm getting really mad at this because I can't believe this questline has, like, missed the fucking mark so much. You need not despair, princess. Here are the two who still serve in your name. Please trust to them. Please trust to them? This isn't about not being alone, you disingenuous fuck. Fucking... like, god damn it. This could have been a really interesting examination of the overlap that the shinobi assume between devotion and camaraderie, and the fact that there is actually a difference, such that, like, it has caused a lot of suffering for a lot of people to think they needed to lay down their lives for others. because they said so, right? Whereas Yuki here, like, is clearly, like, devoted to her people, not necessarily out of duty, or, sorry, in her explicit relationship with the people she's working with, she doesn't want anyone to be devoted to her, because all that has led to, with her, is death, and nothing more. And yet, the way that we examine that is by going, nah, Yuki, because you see, when you have people that are serving you, you're not alone. Like, fucking what? Save me. Vevern, I order you to defeat these dogs. Because this could have oh my god. Like, I can see the through line that would have made this actually really good. Because this would have been a through line and, a through line in connection to the Rogues Guild. Because the Rogues Guild aren't, like, are bound by duty in a sense, but the thing they prize more than that, or alongside that, is camaraderie. Whereas that is discarded here. And it would have been really interesting to see that reincorporated by having Oboro and people who are dedicated to the way of the shinobi actually reckon with the disadvantages that are specifically fixed by a camaraderie instead of a duty to one another. Fucking... Grr. Don't say I have my duty, you fucker, or you be next. I really dislike the way this has gone. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm not even focusing on what I'm doing. Really? Okay. What? Oh, okay. It was the bat. Oh my god. The assassinate upgrade doesn't animation lock me. Thank fucking god for that. Oh, no, none of that. No healing allowed. Fuck you. Oh, we're fighting Rosalind? Okay. Alright, hold up. I swear to god, if Akagi dying means that, we lose this, I'm gonna be mad. Oh, right, I have, Armor Crush. What am I doing? Oh, you little shit. Here. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely thought that was gonna be a, Wait! They just let Akagi die in the... Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. As we all know, nuance wasn't something allowed in FF14 until Ishikawa wrote the Dark Knight questline. Well, I mean, if I looked back hard enough, you're probably right. I think that, but one thing I do always note is that, like, the job quests tend to get, like, less space than, like, other quests, like the MSQ, obviously. It doesn't mean you can't go for like really interesting scenarios like Dark Knight quests, but like you need to be very careful with your time. And oftentimes, I think what happens, especially in the earlier job quests, is that they try and do too much. Whereas if they focused a little bit more on certain things, it would like probably clean things up a lot more. So I don't want to be like, oh, well, obviously this is just bad, but like, especially with this one, I think, because it's funny, I think this is better than a lot of the other, I think this is better than, some of the other quests, but it annoys me more because I feel like there was actually, like, flashes of really good opportunities here that are just wasted. All in service of, like, nah, but the ninja way, though. Don't you want to be a ninja? They're so cool. Princess, thank the heavens you're safe. What about you? Are you hurt? We can seek treatment upon returning to town. Oh, okay, I guess he's okay then, too. To be fair, ninjas are pretty cool. Yeah, but, like... But this is, like... Ninjas are really cool, but you know who also was... You know who was cooler? Karasu. Karasu was cooler. He was goofy as fuck, but, like, dude was onto something. Vevern, I was lucky to have a shinobi like you in my service. For all my skill, I couldn't have done this alone. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Treasures of the Yatsurugi clan are mine. Their sale will buy tools for farming and storehouses for our grain. With hard work, our lands will prosper. Actually, sorry, you know what I... you know who is cooler than all the ninja characters? Jack. Yes, that's correct. You know what I just... I think this is the actual best way to sum this up. If I'm having a character... If I have a character that is a teacher, right? Or essentially the teacher for me, right? Like Oboro. You know who I want to see character arcs in? That person. Obviously I want some kind of arc to happen with any character that enters the story for a little bit, unless they're, like, literally meant to be deliberately one note. But I feel like the person I am under the tutelage of never changing and only ever teaching other people lessons is kind of a shit way to write an interesting story. Like, it makes sense from, like, a job teaching perspective, but it doesn't make really good stories. Because we've changed Yuki's mind on things, but Oboro is still the same. And, like, Oboro is the person we've had more time invested in. So, like, having more things for him to learn and potentially, like, especially in a situation where the job and a lot of the surrounding lore is about, like, the rigidness of that role. You'd think that there'd be more value in kind of exploring and watching Oboro grow, in tandem with people he meets like Yuki. But we just seem to focus really on the newer story. It's a similar thing that happened with Dragoon, where they fridged Huston, whereas, like, seeing Huston interact with the dragon we were working with, would have been really cool, because, and seeing her try and, like, keep up with us would have been really cool. It's a character that was established that we'd like to see grow more. But no, we throw them out and have the old guy come back in to be just the teacher. Yeah, they didn't really seem all that interested in doing anything with the role teachers over the course of the story. It's bizarre. I'd have to go back and look through some of them. Yeah, they feel like more like the facilitators of other stories. More like... I can't believe I am actually going to say this, but the Warrior questline has more growth with the core characters involved in it than I think any other role quest that's coming to mind at the moment. Oh, Red Mage? Red Mage also has a couple of moments with that. Hang on, I'll get out of this dialogue and we can discuss this further. You have our thanks as well, Shinobi. The princess is the standard we rally to, the beacon that will lead us to restoring our nation. There are not words to express our gratitude for defending her. You fucking dork. Well, I hope now our lands will be free of winter. May the snows melt in the spring sun and deliver us from our cold, parched lives. Oh, I must be in a fate right now. Come, my friends. Let's go home and rebuild. Completed your mission, Vevern. Saved a country and her people. Remember this moment to look back upon look back upon with pride in your heart. Well, I think we must away. The Soul House awaits, as do long meditations on today's events. Yes, I really wish anyone would meditate on these events other than just me. Please. Yes. Yeah, am I remembering incorrectly? I thought, wait. 10 minutes remaining to complete in her defense. That was the message that popped up. Was I still... Wait a minute. Was I still in the duty there? Could I have actually been booted out before the rest of the text quest went by? I don't even want to think about that. I almost would have had to do that duty again. Yeah, because if it's telling me I've got 10 minutes left, I must still be in a duty, which means my character is still in there. But if I got ported out of the duty, would I be kicked out of the cutscene? Okay, real quick. Growth in characters. Growth in characters we work with. Gladiator. Yeah, Warrior, unironically. Dark Knight, obviously. Pugilist? Or Monk and Pugilist? Monk, that's kind of the point, but there are other things with Monk that I'm, like, a bit iffy on that I probably want to refresh. No, actually, no. Monk is a decent example because that guy goes from your teacher to the teacher of others and trying to manage things there. There's other things that, like, complicate that, but... Dark Knight actually has the Warrior of Light canonically grow as well. Yeah. Yeah, I went back and redid the up to level 50 questline to remind myself of stuff for something I was writing. And yeah. It's a good questline. Samurai... Well, I mean, spoilers, but that person died. So it's kind of a changing of the guard, which happens a fair bit. Scholar, yeah. Actually, Scholar's kind of built a lot around the, plight with the lost city of Amdapor. So that actually has a decent through line, I think. I don't think it sucks. I think it's just kind of mid. Like, I don't think it's offensively bad, because I think there are moments that are kind of cool. And I think there's a resolution in the level 80 follow-up that's kind of neat. But other than that, it's nothing spectacular. Astrologian... I wish... No, Astrologian The only saving grace of Astrologian is in the level 80 follow-up, every single person that pined after Laveva gets rebutted, and she's like, what the fuck are you people talking about? No, absolutely not. And yeah. Laveva's the best. Sage, well, there's only one quest, same with Reaper. Bard actually has a good one. Bard actually has a decent amount of growth. Actually, Bard, I should do Bard on stream. I actually really liked Bard's job quests. Because I feel like that a couple of those quests actually had what I wanted from this, where you have two very different understandings of what it means to be X, and having people clash over that. Dancer, I mean, it was good, but there was only one of them, so there's not really a thing. We did get, although Dancer does give you a lot of headcanon fuel for Minfilia being, bi, at the very least. Your songs are bad and you should feel bad. Dancer is good, it has a good climax, and there's, the passing of the guard. Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, the only thing I remember from Dancer is just like, oh, Minfilia and the Dancer teacher know each other for a long time, huh? And then you see some of that dialogue and you're like, oh. Noted. Black Mage... Black Mage is funny because you go from like a reasonable teacher to like an extreme one. Summoner, it's almost all your Mitra, and unfortunately it's kind of uninteresting. Red Mage follows Zerun and I forget her name, which is unfortunate because I actually really like her as a character. Arya, that's it, yeah. Yeah, they and I think it's because of, I think it's because of how tightly knit it actually is with, like, well, it focuses on the same people the entire quest lines through. And I think that's a big advantage it has. Same with Dancer, I think? No, yeah, same with Dancer, actually, because there's two bits to that, and... Wait, what was... Oh, God, I forget... Oh, whatever. Either way. Yeah, exactly. Because it's funny. I think the job quests that tend to have done the best are the ones that have, like, a fairly, like, narrow amount of quests they can do. Or they had to do, like, 2 quests at once. What? Dark Knight needed to do 30 to 50 and then 50 to 60. Red Mage needed to do 50 to 60 and 60 to 70. Dancer needed to do... Oh, no, wait, did Dancer only... No, Dancer only had the 1, but then it had the Shadowbringers follow-up, which is probably the thing I'm thinking of. Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because, like, Ninja has this guy centered in it the whole time, and we learnt nothing. It was just exceptionally tropey, which is, like, the worst thing these quests can be sometimes. That was a promising first mission, Vevern. Only one most skilled in our art could have earned Princess Yuki's trust as you did. Yeah, and we did it by absolutely bulldozing over all of her agency. I love that. But for now, the time for excitement has passed, and I'm looking forward to quiet meditation. Oboro! Oboro! So this is where you vanished to. Princess? Did you not started homewards? I had something to tell you before I left. I planned to send a formal note of thanks for the duties you performed in my name for the Yatsurugi clan to your village. Your people and mine both must rebuild. I thought a letter might spark a friendship, but I'm unsure of your customs. Should I just address it to your village elders? Yes, that would be perfect. The village would welcome your friendship, Princess. Thank you for... Wait, to the village elders? Alright, it shall be done. Thank you, Oboro. I look forward to meeting again. I look forward to meeting again, Vevern. No! The elders think I stayed in Eorzea to treat my wounds. Okay, that's good though. Okay, that's good. Look, Yuki may not have had the whole character arc to actually convince Oboro, but he's now put him in shit, so that's good. 10 out of 10 actually. They find out I am running out about on new missions. I have to catch her. Curses, why does she have to be so fast? Princess, wait. Bro, you're a ninja. Well, no, that's the problem, Luca. She is too. And, of course, he's right here. Yeah, that was a bit of a mess. I do like that it did one quest of, oh, Yuki's going out of her way to get into danger and is being a bit brash, but then immediately diverted to like, okay, hold on, there's something a bit bigger going on here. But I don't think that ultimately built up to anything that was particularly interesting. Again, like I said it plenty of times throughout this stream, but I feel like you have to be very careful with the way that you, I feel like you have to be very careful with the time you spend in a job quest, because you don't have, like, an extensive quest line to work through it. Like, you need it to be fairly, like, succinct, and you need it to not interrupt the flow of MSQ if people are going to do it as they're kind of going through. I think there is definitely a difficult tightrope to walk there that is worth acknowledging. However, I think this one bit off more than it could chew. I don't think it needed to introduce as many complicated things into this, at least without not paying that off in an interesting way. Because we had even more people from Gekkai and Karasu's tutelage that could have, again, given Oboro the chance to have an interesting retrospect on the Shinobi Way. But did we do that? No. Yeah. I think they definitely fixed things a bit by doing role quests that don't have skills attached to them, honestly. But also I think role quests are mostly boring because they don't have flavoring for the specific jobs anymore. It's a double-edged sword, because on one hand I feel like you could probably devote a bit more time to having interesting storylines in the role quests, and honestly, barring Gridania in Endwalker, I think all of the role quests have been pretty damn good. Outside of the fact that obviously you're losing flavor. Yeah, they're... I swear to God, until they actually... Why is the tank quest line? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's your role quest line. It's a fuck you to you specifically. But yeah, like, there is definitely better opportunities to have. Like, even if you do cut off the unfortunate part about the job quests. Not having extra lore, right? But I feel like, writing more and more and more for job quests or jobs that have been around since A Realm Reborn, it's probably going to get stale. I think they made the right decision to cut that off early. One thing I would think, and especially because they've definitely done away with those quests being lined up with your skills, I don't think there's a reason to do a double quest for the ones that are introduced. Right? Like 2 quests for Sage, 2 quests for Reaper, and just have them alongside the role quests as optional stuff that's just for flavor that's cool. I mean, to be fair, they nailed Sage and Reaper really well. I disagree. I think the Reaper and Sage ones were really great. Gunbreaker was a bit more... Gunbreaker was basically the same quest 2 times over. It's strange. No, that's definitely right. And even though they dedicate more time in the Sage and Reaper quest lines to spending time with that quest, I do think it would still benefit from like a setup one and then a real exploration one. Because you, unfortunately with the Reaper one, you rush through so much interesting shit about Garlemald and the original Reapers that, like, I feel like you could get so much more out of that. Like, by the time the Reaper questline was done, I still didn't really care about the characters involved. I did, but all I saw was like, fuck, I wish this was extended over 2 sets of job quests. Because, like, I think you're right. I feel like I feel like the first half of the Reaper questline should have... Well, the first... If I were doing it in 2 parts, and, like, having all of the quests for it, I'd have the first one being the Garleans acclimatizing to life in Uldar and trying to pick up their lives and kind of exploring where they came from and stuff like that. To then have the second set of quest lines being about dealing with the Void Sent Reaper. And I think there's a similar thing happening with the Sage one, where, like, again, I think it's actually, now that I think about it, I think it's an undercurrent in all of the job quests. They're trying to cram a lot into something that doesn't give that amount of content to time to breathe, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. I think a lot more time spent on that, and, like, you know, what do Reapers do now that they're not in Garlemald? And then set it up to then actually have them deal with that. Like, yeah, they're definitely not perfect, but the stuff they do give you is fucking gold. And even though I do see, like, that there should have... The only negative I really have for those is that, like, you're still cramming too much into this. Like, I love everything you're cramming in here, but you could have given these a lot more time to breathe. Yeah. It's a shame. But, yeah. This one, yeah, I was kind of mid on. I did the initial quest, last stream I streamed this, and Karasu just being out of the picture completely kind of deflated me a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Karasu, like, abandoning the Shinobi and you learning more shit from Karasu would have been so fucking interesting. Honestly, most of the reason I'm not super down for role quests is because I want them to try to redeem Paladin, and it's just never gonna happen now. Yeah. You know what would be really funny? Is if, like, a tank role quest down the line was just like, alright, so the Paladin questline was shit, and we're all going to chip in to help. The tank questline is just, like, dealing with something Paladin-centric, but everyone's been called in because they're like, okay, listen, I don't know if you've ever, like, talked to the Paladins in Uldar a lot. They're a fucking mess. They're, like, sworn to the Sultana, but they're also sworn to this thing, and, like, listen, the last time someone went searching for, like, a sword that went missing, it went into this stupid realm. We need to call in more people to be able to be on this, because we can't have that shit happen again. That would be so fucking funny. Yeah, Dark Knight, please talk to them. It's like, yeah, like, oh, but this sword, Frey... Frey manifesting intensifies. Let me at him. Let me do it. Let me take the reins. Please. Yeah. Anyway, to cap it off, I'm gonna at least see what's in our next quest here. Obero has the look of a man who has seen better days. Oh, alas and alack. Whatever am I to do? I have not heard that. I don't think Urianger has ever said that. That's a fucking phrase and a half. Oh, Vevern. As a shinobi, I am loath to admit this, but I did not see you come in. I'm standing here the whole time. Truth be told, I have been somewhat distracted of late. Princess Yuki, it would seem, sent a letter to my village praising us for our efforts on her behalf, thus revealing my story of an injury preventing me from making the journey home for the ruse that it was. But my shame is not that I have been summoned back to the village, but rather quite the opposite. Despite knowing that I am hale and hearty, my elders seem to be in no particular hurry to welcome me back into the fold. Should the time come when we have need for you in Doma, we shall summon for you. Until then, you are to remain at your post and do all in your power to aid our countrymen in Eorzea. Such were their words. Oh. Is this how far I have fallen? Am I as a falcon bereft of its claws? A dull blade tossed to the wayside by its master? Well, I know I have been all but exiled to this place. I'm sorry, Vivern. Heaven knows that you did not come here to listen to my griping. On a brighter note, I just received word from Captain Jack. It would seem Easterners are causing something of a stir. I suppose I should be grateful that someone still has need of my services. Anyhow, it would seem the Kami have led you here at a most opportune time. Would you care to accompany me? Sure, why not? I thank you, my friend. Let us make for Limsa and see what our friends at the Rogues Guild would ask of us. See, now here is another opportunity to do the exact same thing I just talked about, right? Oboro is considering that missive from his village to be tantamount to exile. But it makes sense for him to help people in Eorzea, since people in Eorzea helped Yuki and him a lot. So surely there is more than one explanation than just I have been exiled. Vivern is also a shinobi. You know that, right, bro? You taught me in the ways. What the fuck are you talking about? Have you been lying to me? Yeah, well, this does look like it has an interesting setup, I will say. And look, if the Rogues Guild is involved, that makes it instantly better. Like, it would be really hard to fuck up my appreciation for the Rogues Guild at this point. I know not what my countrymen have done to catch Captain Jack's eye, but I could only imagine it is nothing good. Wait, No, it was, Oh, Tsubame and Oboro who contacted Jack. It wasn't their village. Yeah, I think it's better explicitly because it involves the Rogues Guild more. It's like, you've got really good characters sitting off screen. God damn it. Let them be on again. Oh, if it ain't the dimmest damber of them all. God damn it, Jack. I hate the way you talk, but I also love it. Trust you've been keeping your stabbers sharpened. What with you and Oboro on the job, I reckon all will be Bob after before the Darkmans comes around. I love the way he talks. Yeah, it's one of the only characters that manages to trip me up outside of like just, you know, the regular misreading sometimes. Here's where we stand. One of me little birds in the Kraken's arms came chirping to me a story about some Domans who I reckon are breaking one code or another. Seems they, the Krakens that is, were out snilching the eastern seas when they grabbed a vessel flying Garlean colours, as they want to do. But then came the rub. The crew claimed to be Doman, you see, and upon whittling their captor's identity, they changed tack, begging for asylum on Eorzean shores and offering the entirety of their cargo in full in return for their safe passage. Call him a Ben Cover a fool, the Kraken captain took the self-styled Domans up on their offer. Stowing the eastern treasures and the Easterners themselves away in the hold, they set sail for Limsa. But after pulling into port, a funny thing happened. No sooner had the Krakens dropped anchor than the refugees put on their best beta cases and skulked off into the dead of the Darkmans, leaving all their treasures behind. All their treasures save one, a scroll of sorts that had been hiding in a corner, all inconspicuous-like. Cravelane reckons that these Doman refugees have played us for some rum fun, and they're off selling the scroll on the black markets for good blunt even as we speak. I see. So you would have us recover the scroll in question and bring the thieving Domans to justice. I'm honoured to lend what aid I can, and yet I cannot help but wonder, just what could it be about this scroll to make it so valuable to my countrymen? Well, we're not going to whittle the scrap just sitting around here on our daddles now, are we? Let's snilch town and see what the commons, coves, and morts have and haven't seen. Bevan, why don't you go pay Etolwyn a visit at the wench? If there's any rumours going around about any shifty Easterners, like it's not that Mort would know. Ooh, that's... You do remember what to order, eh? Of course a dimmer-dammer like yourself would. Good luck out there, and keep your wattles open. We'll be waiting for you in Bulwark Hall when you're through. Yes, I definitely remember what to order from her. Don't tell me in chat either. I just like the mental image of Oboro having to dedicate all of his mental processing power to translating Jack as he speaks. Yeah, really. And then he turns to us and we're like, half of those words I don't know either. Don't ask me. Ugh. It says Cockney rhyming slang on the front. Yeah. Fucking Ray lent it to her because fucking, oh god. Actually, oh shit. Luca, you just gave me a headcanon idea. Okay, good. Yeah, no. Rayan would listen to that and be like, yeah, I know exactly what that is. Because she deals with, like, she lived in Limsa for a while and has dealt with pirates a lot, so she just knows. And then everyone else is flabbergasted, and even Aldine, who can manage to translate Urianger's nonsense, is looking at her like, you understood that? And she's just like, yeah. That's how everyone talks around here. What do you want? Welcome to the Drowning Wench. What's your pleasure, miss? I think it's a weak ale? Ah, you must be here on business. Perhaps I could offer you something from our underground menu. Now, what's your fancy? What language is that? Aeosian? Shut up. You're lying. Guests from the east, you say? Why, yes. I do believe we had some visitors not long ago matching that description. They left shortly before you arrived. I make a habit of pricking my ears up to catch our patrons' every whisper, but the party in question required little such effort. Why, they were shouting at tales of riches and glory in a roar that could wake the dead. Said they were on their way to Wineport to make the transaction of a lifetime, though they weren't keen on going into detail. Just between us, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something less than savoury about their business. Speaking of savoury, can I interest you in our seafood stew? No, I'm good. I need to go talk to Jack. I'm surprised I still know my way around here. I feel like I haven't really walked around Limsa in ages. I wish you an ahoy and a... Okay, wait, sorry, I have to back up for a second. There was a massive missed opportunity of a joke to make the whole, like, thing about Obro learning about Eorzean culture actually meaning that he was trying to fucking understand Jack, because he assumed that was how all Eorzeans were. Fuck me. Oh, that would have been hilarious. I wish you an ahoy and an avast, my honoured matey. Forgive me, I was just practicing my Leminson dialect. How do you, ye reckon it sounds? Needs work. So our lads are headed to Wineport, eh? Benwork. Oh, excuse me. Benwork, Vevern. Remind me to slip, Etolwyn some extra blunt next time we stop by the Renge for libations. That said, something doesn't sit right with me. Cackling their plans for every drunkard and tavern wench to hear. I reckon our friends might be looking to amuse us, if you will my gist. Keep your eyes open and your stabbers sharp, mates. Yeah. Like, if they manage to slip away in the way that Jack described, them being excessively loud about what they're doing feels like they're, like, baiting people, if anything. Oh. I could have just... Right. Awesome. I forgot where Wineport was. Don't mind me. I'm sorry, Vivern. I fear we were too late. What? Oh no. What happened? There's a bleeding surprise. Code-breaking curs have already, bit the blow and hopped the twig with a caravan's worth of bingo in tow. Word is they were last seen beating a path for Bloodshaw. What could they mean to... Wait a beaten moment. What if the grog's not meant for selling, but keeping their throats wet on a long voyage? I reckon our lads are trying to smuggle the scroll home. There's no time to lose. Let's brush off our beta cases and make for Bloodshaw quick like. Obro and I'll snilch the north side. Bevern, you take the south. We have to catch these curs before they slip from our daddles for good. Jack definitely makes up half of his slang. See, I don't know if it's just my familiarity with English, or if it's actually something a little bit more, but for some reason, everything he says sounds like slang that I feel is real. And I don't know if that's good writing on... or good improvising on Jack's part, or if that is actually real. Genuinely not sure. Oh, hi, friends. Rough-hewn Hingarn. Oh, we all... Just had to poke your nose into our business, eh? Guess you leave us no choice. Okay. Didn't really get anything from that. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of it's a very delicate thing to walk there, like making it like intelligible but using nonsense words but having enough context that you can kind of put it together. It's very good. That also feels what it that's also what it feels like trying to speak those words out aloud, where like there's a 75% chance I'm gonna go good, but just on every word there's just a 25% chance that I'm gonna lose it a bit. Because like I'll be like daddles, because it'll go into my brain, and before I say it I'll think, wait, what the fuck does that mean? And I'll pause for a second before actually saying it. This garb. Why, these men are samurai from Hingashi. Whatever is the meaning of this? It's been my entire experience playing the Shadowrun game slightly too. Yeah, I feel that. Let me guess. Came upon a couple of rough-looking coves. These coves came waving their stabbers in my face before I could edge in a word. Reckon it was the same for you. Scroll's nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. I did not know... the scroll is nowhere to be seen, nor is anything resembling a ship. I do not know better. I would say they were a simple group of ruffians enjoying their ill-gotten grog. Did the people we're looking for, give away their clothes or something? Oh god, who could this possibly be? Because it's probably not Karasu. Well, it might be Karasu? Oh my god, please let this be Karasu. The dim one sees, but does he truly see? No. Those unfortunate men were but pawns in a grand scheme, as disposable as the bottles that now litter the shore. Oh my god, the guy who gave us information was Karasu. That's him. That's him. Shut the fuck up, that's him. Meanwhile, your true quarry has boarded a trader and sails for Kugane even as we speak, under the auspices of the East Aldenard Trading Company, no less. So cunning a scheme, I wish I'd thought of it myself. Or did I? How do you know all... Bugger me, you're the cove from the House of Sticks. There it is. Karasu Redbeak. Childhood friends turned bitter enemies, then friends once more, reunited after far too long. Our hero returns and the audience swoons. Oh, what a joyous day. Or is it? I'll say this much, Dim One. For once, you've managed to surprise me. To think that the oh-so-serious Oboro would lie to his elders to avoid having to make the journey home, only to find he isn't welcome to begin with. Oh, the irony of it all. Thank God he's back. Enough of your preening and prattling, Karasu. I want answers. How did you know we were here? Just what is your connection to the thieves we pursue? That's what... So there was a person that was dressed up like Karasu was in the beginning there, who called me Little Chicken. And for some reason that sat with me, because I was like... That was written in a way that I should have known I should have known something about what was just said. But it wasn't occurring to me. Which is a shame, because it was hinting towards fucking Karasu. You mean the thieves who already eluded your clumsy grasp? Just as I am about to do. I fear that is a story for another day. Bah! Never a slippery bird, that one. That daft rook's an acquaintance of yours. It's news to Jackswattles. Meanwhile, we've got our work cut out for us if we still want to grabble that scroll. Is there anywhere we can have a few wids? You know, secret-like. Say no more, Captain Jack. As luck would have it, our base of operations is but a short walk from these parts. Bevern, pray join us at the storehouse. Yep. He's the only Master Shinobi in this entire quest line, because he actually managed to fool me. The fucker. Good though, because yeah, good. I'm glad he's actually back. Cause like leaving him to just wander Eorzea is just like, okay, I think he should come back, because he's a more interesting teacher than Oboro. Which is very unfortunate, considering we spent an entire Heavensward job quest line with Oboro specifically not learning anything. But now we have to contend with Karasu again, so maybe that will happen. Not gonna hold my breath, though. No. Reckon this is about as shabby as shoddy as shack old Jack's ever laid eyes on. In other words, a perfect hideout. Aye, Oboro's sharper than he lets on. Okay, that's true. I did call this very male living space before, but no, that's actually a good point. Karasu Redbeak. Of all the places I thought our search might lead us, never in my wildest dreams did I think it would lead us to him. Come square with me, Oboro. Just who is this Karasu Cove? Can we trust him? Or is he like us not to stick us with stabbers in our back the moment we turn a blind eye? No. I mean, yes. I mean, he's neither. Or both? Perhaps I should say it's complicated. Judging from your reaction, it sure seems as much. Anyway, if our men have set sail for Hingashi, I reckon we've no choice but to do the same. Wasn't exactly preparing for a long voyage, but damned if I'll leave this job half done. That said, shamed as I am to admit it, this is old Jack's first journey to the Far East. I wouldn't know Kugane from a rum doxy's ass. And I don't know a rogue what can do his work without knowing the lay of the land. Fuck you, Jack. Worry not, Captain Jack. I have travelled there on many an occasion to procure the tools of my trade from the finest in Khan. Yeah, no, that one he was making up. What was it? A rum doxy's ass? The fuck does that even mean? It would be my pleasure to serve as your guide. Your presence would be most heartening as well, Vivern. Kugane is a city where anything can happen. There is no telling what dangers await us there. I agree with that. But mind you, Vivern's right busy, Mort. We'll say we do it this way. Obro and I will go on ahead, and we'll send for you once we've snilched out the place and worked out our next plan of action. A reasonable plan, Captain Jack. In that case, Vivern, pray check in at the storehouse from time to time. I will send word to Yome when we require your services. In the meantime, may the Kami guide you in your training. Yippee! Oh, excuse me. $63. Okay. Oh, yeah, and then I just come back here afterward. Alright. Well, I think we'll leave it there for now. Yeah, okay. No, this might shape up to be the best quest in the whole damn thing, because we're literally, like, we're literally just, like, getting the whole gang together. Which I honestly didn't think we'd see until, like, oh my god. I can't G-pose anymore. I didn't think we'd see until, like, honestly, the Shadowbringers questline. Actually, go the other side, just because my, overlay's in the way. Yeah, like I said, I think that quest was a bit of a mess. This is setting up to be good, though. Having both Karasu and Jack back in the picture is a good fucking set of people to be having. Yeah, I think, like, I talked about it enough during, so there's not really much else to cover, really. Maybe Oboro will change. Maybe. Please have character development, Oboro. You've been a stick in the mud the entire fucking time. I don't know. I get to, like, when it comes to games from, like, different cultures and that, I'd expect them to obviously go into things with that perspective, right? So, depending on the person you're talking about, obviously, because it tends to be a more conservative thing, there is a lot of sense of tradition, at least, leans a lot on honor, at least as, at least so much as it appears in, oh my god, sorry, I just combined, like, two different talking points in one. There are definitely a lot of situations where people will lean on certain, like, certain viewpoints that they think are right or they think have merit to them and that. But there are a couple of ways of going about that, and I feel like the really laziest way to do it is to just go, nah, but this is the right way, and then someone comes along and says no, and then they're like, nah, you're wrong though. Whereas, like, having an actual, like, more, like, again, nuanced kind of look into things is, like, something I wish happened a lot more. And, like, when it comes to, like, like, the shinobi and the samurai and the, shinobi and samurai, like, there tends to be a lot of, like, cultural things tied up with that. And I don't know whether to look at that and go, I wonder if there's a reluctance to look at it with a critical eye, or if there's a, or not, well, a reluctance to look at it with a critical eye because, like, it's a bit taboo, or if it's more the person in question is just thinks those values are really good above all else, and just refuses to give, like, a decent exploration as to why, instead, like, going and leaning on, examples of why it works in certain circumstances. Yeah, I generally think 14 really struggles with the concept of nuance and non-MSQ until, like, Stormblood. It's kind of where it picks up a bit more and other quest lines get more interesting. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely been the common thread. There are definitely, like, flashes in the pan when it comes to, like, the Rogues Guild, the Lancers Guild, I'd argue. I think Summoner is, like, really good, but mostly because of lore stuff. It tends to be really delving into the world and the idea of summoning and how that's changed over the ages. Which, like, it isn't so much a story so much as it is examining history, which is a very different kind of quest line and outlook. That, it'd be very you'd approach it very differently. But yeah, like, they generally do get a bit better, but I think, like, most of the time, the thing I've noticed is that it tends to keep going in a similar direction. Like, I don't know if, like, the same people work on the quest lines through, like, if one single job quest has a certain common writer on it the whole way through, but it definitely feels like in a lot of cases some job quests stick to their guns when they could be changing a bit more. There are obviously examples of where that doesn't happen, but yeah. Yeah, the Heavensward one dropped the ball here, but this is setting up to be a bit better. So, yeah. At some point, I'm probably going to do a big sit-down and just, like, talk about all of the job quests, but I probably have to review all of my stuff for it again, which is going to take a while. I think Warrior probably has the same writer. I get the vibe that Paladin might, which isn't to its favor yet. Yeah, like, there's definitely quest lines that keep going in a certain direction, regardless of quality. And, like, yeah, Paladin, Warrior, and Dark Knight definitely feel that. I'd be interested in the commonality between, like, a writer being common on all of the job quests and the amount of times that, like, the main, person you're interacting with changes. That'd be interesting, but, yeah. That's for another time. So, I'm gonna try and play Elden Ring tomorrow. I'm probably gonna stop, dawdling, because every time I go off my path, I find a boss that just wrecks my shit. And I got real mad. I will finish that someday. I will. Yeah, I got really mad at a boss I probably didn't need to fight, realistically, but, like, someone had basically suggested... Fuck, was it Millicent that was talking about something up there? I forget why I went up to, like, the very north of the snowy region, but... Yeah, I got that back from Millicent. Did she say something about... No, she was in the Altus Plateau, and she talked about that? Fuck, I actually can't remember. I'd have to go back and review what I did in that quest line again. But yeah, I'm probably going to return to Farum Azula, which means I've got to fight the Beast Clergyman. And I did like 2 or 3 attempts, got my shit wrecked, and then went... Well, I got suggested to do... Well, no, then I went to do Millicent's stuff, and then I got some indication that something in the north of the Wasteland was interesting, and then got my shit wrecked by a skeletal bird. So I don't know if I'm going to go fight that again. Oh, I got past the Fire Giant, Luca. Like, I did that bit. But Millicent was talking about, like, a castle or ruins that's there. Yeah, no. Like, I got the story progress stuff there. This definitely felt more like a side thing. Because at the moment, I'm in Farum Azula. I think by necessity I must have done that. Oh, God. This is why I need to play that game a bit more consistently, because I'm losing track of, like, the flow of events. But, yes, that is a thing I'm going to endeavor to play tomorrow. I don't know if we'll focus on the boss. I might try and think of something that I can do that's not boss-related if I need a break, because I think that's a key thing that I might need to give myself some space from, like, frustrating boss fights. Is, like, just go off and do some side stuff. Like, obviously that means that, like, I'm not doing as much stuff that's progress in Elden Ring, but it would mean I'm playing more Elden Ring and breaking off any rust I have, and potentially, like, sticking with the game a bit longer than every stream being a mess of me getting mad. But we'll see. Yeah, so that is going to happen tomorrow. And then on the weekend, I'm going to be playing Paradise Killer. I kept forgetting that a different game I was thinking of playing I didn't actually buy yet. And I was looking through my library just going, okay, what's something that's not like too long? Because I didn't want to commit to something really long. I almost started playing streaming Nier Automata last weekend. I was kind of 50-50 on it because someone was replaying the 14 Nier raids, and I went, oh, I should go back to that at some point. But then I looked at how long to beat because I couldn't remember how long it was. Not doing that. It is, but Luca, I feel like I could break that up really decently just going through different endings. Like, okay, we're going to do ending A in one sitting, and then we're going to do another game, and then we're going to do ending B, and then we're going to do another and ending C and D and the finale. Because that would at least break it up a little bit. But yeah, that's a bit big of a commitment as is, so yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, Paradise Killer is a game I've heard about a lot. Apparently they had an update recently too. So like, I think they improved the graphics or some stuff, but the thing that was notable was there's apparently new characters. And knowing very little about the game that I do, that makes me, that makes me react like that, because I'm like, wait, you added more characters to the game that's like an investigation thing that you could also, as far as I understand, point the finger at anyone? What does that mean? So, yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And that's happening on the weekend. And I guess, like, a reminder of things to come in the future. We are about a little over a week from another PoE League. So I'm probably gonna do a little streaming during the week next week. Not anything on Friday, and then my extravaganza on Saturday. That is a thing that is going to happen. I have to look into this now. Yes, please do, because I'd be interested. I guess I don't want you to tell me what the things they added are, because I'll just go in blind and figure it out afterward. But, like, yeah, an update for a game like that, including more characters, made me double take. And that kind of sold me on, like, okay, no, I think I have to play this game now, because I'm super interested in what that would even be. But yeah, that's the plan for the foreseeable future. Is anyone streaming? Not really. Yes, that is the little I do know about it, Luca. It is very in line with that. And I think it's probably a good follow-up from Ghost Trick, because, yeah. Of course it is. God, Ghost Trick's so fucking good. I kind of wish I wish I could go back and talk about that game again, because, like, there's so much about it I didn't talk about to appreciate, because I think I was just overwhelmed by the story itself. Well, I mean, that's what I got a media thread for. It's been sitting there neglected after I put the Returnal thing in there, so at some point I'm going to do that. I can talk about things when I stream it, that is very true. Yeah. If I sit here any longer, we're just going to be talking about nonsense for the rest of it, so good time to cut it off. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.